who is Providence Homes, or what organization is behind this project? Providence Homes is actually a real estate company here in Nigeria. We are based in Lagos precisely, and we have a mission that is very, very simple. Our vision is actually to create a thriving community where people can live and grow and flourish, and a future where everyone has access to a beautiful, safe, and welcoming environment with a strong sense of community. So our major focus is creating a thriving community, and we've been doing this with a couple of our projects. I'm sure that some of you, some people here would have encountered our projects before. We have a couple of projects which I will mention later during this session. And also we have, our mission is simple. It's actually to deliver exceptional value to our customers by providing high quality and affordable land options and unparalleled customer service. I want to say thank you to the team that we have behind this organization. It's been awesome. It's been amazing having to work with you guys. Some of them are on this call right now, making sure that we are able to achieve our mission, which is the unparalleled customer service, or part of our mission, which is the unparalleled customer service. You're putting in your best, your effort to make sure that our customers have a very beautiful experience. I want to say thank you to you guys. Our core values are very, very simple, very simple. We are customer-centric, quality and excellence. If you know me really well, this is one thing that I always want to make sure that I face. When I say I face, when it comes to quality and excellence, is a major thing for me. Whatever projects that we are getting into, whatever product that we are putting out on the market there, we want to make sure that it's not just a product or another product in the market, but a product that depicts excellence, that depicts quality. That's what we're trying to do. And when we launched Providence Farm City, it was an amazing one because we now have a lot of persons trying to do what we are doing today, trying to go into the cocoa industry. But it was a market that we saw the opportunity in it, and then we decided to go into that space, and not just going into the space, but also helping people, taking people along in the space, which we talked about in the vision, which is creating a thriving community. And that is one thing that we tend to focus on in all of our projects. Now, our goal is very, very simple. We are not in for just doing any project. We are in for doing projects that people can look back to in years and say, thank God I did this project. Oh, it's amazing having to work with this set of people. Those are the kind of projects that we do. And we started with our first project about 4 years ago. We launched a product which is Brookview. Some of you on this call would know that product really well. Brookview is one of our projects in Ebejuleki, still selling at the moment because we had to leave it. It has proximity to, it's actually on the alternative road to the airport, the Newly International Airport. So we sold part of it, and then we left a lot, working with the documentations with the government, and then leaving that portion because we know that it's actually going to be a good one in the future. So we did Brookview. Every single person, I know one major challenge in the real estate industry today is allocation. But I don't think there is anybody that had bought product from us. You can check any review online or Google online that can complain and say that we've not done allocation. We have some of our consultants on this call, and I'm sure that some of them can testify to it. I don't think there's any of your clients that has bought any of our product and has not gotten allocation yet. Is there anybody? Anybody? Do you have any consultants? Mr. Ahmed, we have you. We have you on the call. I'm sure that you have lots of clients with us. Is there anyone that has complained that we've not done allocation so far?
Not at all, sir. Not at all.
So we pride in that when it comes to any of our projects. Brookview, every single person I can see, every single person that had bought from us has been allocated. You can call me any time of the day and ask me for your product, and I will tell you your product is somewhere in Ebejuleki there. If you know the place, you can go there yourself, even without having to come to the organization. Not a single bed would stop you on the site, except our security on the site to verify where you're coming from, if you're truly a subscriber in the estate. And also, we did Providence City, Ota. We did Providence City, Owode Aton, Ota. One of the projects that we just closed recently, it was an amazing one. Every single person also in that project has been allocated to. Everyone, I can categorically say, everyone over 60 plots sold in that place has been allocated. One of the things that we don't try to do is to jump into plenty projects. It's one major core that I have with my board. We don't jump into projects. Whatever projects we're getting into, we make sure that we deliver. Anything that we cannot deliver, we don't promise. Anything that we cannot deliver, we don't put out there. It is better to do what you want to do and stand on your integrity. That is how, or that is the foundation that we are building this organization on. Making sure that what we promise people is what they get. Not that you told us this would happen and then it is not happening. Then we launched Provantage. Provantage is, which we had to put on hold at the moment because we had to cap it, is our investment platform where people can tend to invest in any of our estates and get a return, get a certain return. But we had to put a cap to it right now because also, like I said, we don't want to do what we cannot handle. So we don't want a situation where, we don't have projects running and then we are bringing in funds. We want to make sure that whatever funds we have available, projects that we have available can undo those funds properly and we can deliver what we promise people. And also, which is why you are here today, I'm sure that you've been hearing about it, is Providence Farm City. Now, Providence Farm City is a community that we created over 400 acres where people can buy into our estate. It's a cocoa plantation. We introduced the cocoa plantation into the market. So you have the cocoa and plantain on your farm and it's selling in acres where people can buy into the project and also make money from the project in the long run. Now, what we promise people when it comes to this project is making sure that we help you do your setup, help you watch over your farm until your farm start producing. And for people that needs us to help them harvest their crops, we have a certain percentage that we take for that job because that is actually not our job. Your farm is your farm. So the idea is that you own the land, you own the crop on it. And we know what cocoa is selling in the market, which I will go deeply into very soon. But it's a system where our job in there is to make sure that what we promise, which is helping you set up your farm and making sure that your farm produces, and also the security on your farm is put in place. And we put in a lot of measures into this. You can take your note and then jot down your questions because there will be question and answer sessions where I can touch deeply your concerns about the project. So Providence Farm City is what we are selling right now. It's actually in Abeokuta, Alabata. Alabata is on the road that goes right in front of FUNAB. That's the Federal University of Agriculture in Abeokuta. That's where the project is. Currently, the project is selling really fast because right now we are planting about 70 acres. As of today, when I check, we are planting about 70 acres. So I mentioned earlier that I might be looking very tired because I just came in from Ibadan since yesterday. We're supposed to move in seedlings to site, about 40,000 plantain suckers to site for our planting. We've started planted about 19 acres at the moment. So we wanted to make sure that by this month or the next month that we're moving into, which is September, we finish at least 70 acres of planting, which are the suckers, before the as much as suckers that I can get from them. I've been on several farms. As at 4 a.m., I haven't gotten back to my lodge yesterday or this morning, and then having to continue this morning again and still rush down for this webinar. If this webinar was not on, because I actually didn't move with my equipment, what I could easily come live on. If it wasn't on, I most likely might be in Ibadan right now, but so far we've been able to sort that, and those suckers will be coming on site tomorrow. So why cocoa? That's the question. Why cocoa? And I get this question a lot, especially when I went to Cocoa Research Institute of Nigeria when we wanted to start up this project. I went into the organization and then I was questioning them. And one of the questions that the director asked me, and he said, "You're very young." He said, "You're a young man." I said, "Yes." He said, "It is very rare to see young men want to go into cocoa farming." And then they asked me, "Why did you choose cocoa farming?" And I told him strictly, I said, "I'm into cocoa farming to make money. I know the opportunity in cocoa." And then the man laughed and he said, "It's very rare for people to see the opportunity in cocoa, but it takes a lot of work to actually get the things done." And he asked me a simple question: "Are you willing to put in the work?" And I said, "I don't put my hand on the plow and then look back. If I want to do this, then I have to do it." And the reason why I came here to seek experts options is actually because I want to do it right. I just don't want to do it. And then, so cocoa is one major product that a lot of people are pushing aside right now at the moment, not because they want to push it aside, but because of trader. So I buy cocoa from people that have it, and then I sell in the market, not just cocoa. I do other things outside real estate. And I know how much we try to source cocoa in the market. I know how much effort we need to put in place to make sure that we're able to get cocoa and then to sell and make profit, because we stand in the middle. So we want to make sure that we make profit. So we have to go extra miles. As I speak with you now, I have teams in Taraba. I have teams in Jos, trying to gather what we can gather to make sure that we reach out there. And then I asked myself, I said, if we have to keep going around to source this product, why not just find a way where we can produce at least nothing less than 100 tons every year? Now, a ton of cocoa as at January last year was selling at $4,000. That's what a ton is selling for. Between $4,000 and less. As I speak with you today, is selling above 9,000, and it's because we are not in our season yet. So the cocoa season is here, September, October. So you see farmers or you see traders sourcing for cocoa everywhere to sell. Now, cocoa was a major source of finance for Nigeria as a nation at large. Some of the sustainable projects that we are holding today, that we can stand today to say, oh, this project had been there for years, were actually built with the cocoa money. If you look at the cocoa house, I was still at the cocoa house yesterday, trying to see what was happening there. It was built with the cocoa money. There are a lot of roads that were built with the cocoa money. You see institutions that were built with cocoa money and they are still standing today. So there was a lot of opportunity in the cocoa market. There was this great opportunity in the cocoa market until something that I don't want to call tragedy happened to Nigeria. It's actually supposed to be a good one for the organization, for the nation, but then today I don't think we can actually boast of that until the discovery of oil. When the discovery of oil came into existence in Nigeria, there was a pushback to the cocoa industry. So Nigeria used to be the highest producer of cocoa in the world. Now, to cut you, 70% of cocoa that is used to produce everything in the world we see today, at large, 70% is coming from Africa. And only 3 countries are producing the 70%. Just 3 countries. Ivory Coast, Ghana, and Nigeria. Nigeria used to be on top of that industry. Nigeria was the major producer of cocoa in Africa. But the moment we discovered oil, something changed. The attention changed. The focus changed. Why? Fuel or the oil industry was beginning to bring in more, according to them. So what happened to the cocoa industry? We went from being the first in Nigeria to today, as we speak, we are the 3rd producer of cocoa in Nigeria. As we speak. Last year, Ivory Coast produced, if I'm not mistaken, over 2 million tons. Ghana produced over 1.5 million tons. Nigeria produced just 300,000 tons. So I ask myself the question, what exactly happened from being the number one producer of cocoa to being the third producer of cocoa in Africa? And then you see nations, other nations now, taking advantage of our seedlings, coming to Africa, taking our seedlings and then going back to their countries and then start planting. You see countries like Indonesia, people are not looking to them now. They are not looking to them. Next week or 2 weeks from now, I'm forced to go to Ivory Coast to buy so that I can export because I have a huge demand for it that I cannot meet right now. Because everybody in Nigeria is trying to source from the little that we have. So some of us that have the capacity would have to move out of Nigeria so that we can meet the demand that we have. So it became an issue. Attention was drastically moving away from cocoa now to oil. So you see cocoa that used to be the major revenue source for Nigeria is now becoming something that is pushed aside. So the director told me, he said, if you want to do cocoa farming, you can do it right. He said the challenge that they are having today is the fact that young people are not willing to go into cocoa farming. Why? Because they think cocoa farmers are poor. They're not willing. So the idea is that cocoa farmers are poor. Now, are cocoa farmers poor in Nigeria? I will tell you yes. The farther you are away from the soil, the more money you can make. The people that make more money in the market are the intellectuals, the ones that stay in the middle, the businessmen, the ones that buy from the farmers and sell. They're actually the ones that make a lot of money. But farmers made a lot of money last year when the price of cocoa, there was huge demand for cocoa in the market, and the price jumped to as high as $13,000. That cocoa that was selling for maybe 4 million naira in Nigeria began to sell for 15 million. People were sourcing for cocoa. People were looking for it. And one of the things I know about the price of cocoa, if the price shoots up, it doesn't come down. Now there's a marginal shoot that comes back to balance itself. And that was what happened. The price went to $13,000 and then came back and plateaued at $9,000. And since last year to date, it's been shooting around $9,000. There's a projection by next month it will go to 12,000 when the actual market opens. So the question is this: the opportunity in the cocoa industry, are you willing to take it? That was the question I asked myself. And I said, if I can play as a commodity, as a trader in the commodity market, I can actually go to the farm and produce my own product. I know the product that people are looking for in the market. I am familiar with the people that need the product in the market. So I can make money producing. And I told myself that I was going to produce at least nothing less than 100 tons in the next 5 years from my farm. So I began to source for land to actually plant for myself as an organization. So we began to look for, and I was looking for 100 acres. My projection is 1 ton per acre. That was my projection. So if we can do 100 acres, then we can do 100 tons. So we have bad crops, we do 90 tons. If we do the calculation, I told you my major reason of going into cocoa. I'm not sugarcoating it. Yes, I have passion for the industry right now, but I'm not sugarcoating. My major reason for going into it is money. So I do everything that will cost me to make the money. That's it. I'm not telling you, oh, I have passion for farming. Before I started my research or before I started selling in the industry, it was the opportunity in the industry that took me into it. So I said, oh, if I can do 90,000 tons and then it plateau at $10,000, because I know that it will definitely hit that in 5 years. I know how much I will be making. And then I can comfortably sit. And the cocoa farm is not a kind of farm where you have to go back every year and start planting. Once you have your tree and the tree is there, the tree start producing. The tree will produce for the next 40 years. All I need to do is prune it. All I need to do is take care of the farm. That's my job for the next 40 years. So even if the farm is outliving me, I have my children that can take care of the farm. I was privileged to go to a lot of farms in Ondo State. That's a southwest region in Nigeria, for those of you that don't know Ondo State. And I went through farms. I went through farms that have 1,000 acres of cocoa farming. Generational wealth. But there was a challenge. When the industry started dying in Nigeria, one thing that the other African countries did for them to climb the ladder was they began to do research and began to change their seedlings. So they began to pull off their old trees and began to plant the hybrid trees. Now, if you understand farming really well, you know that there is a regular tree and there's what they call hybrid today. Now, the hybrid is a kind of tree that produces more. So you have an average farmer in Ivory Coast that is 30. You have an average farmer in Ghana that is 30. But you come to Nigeria, my country, an average cocoa farmer is 60. The question is, what strength is this man going to go to farm with? And then they began to do orientation of people pulling out the old cocoa trees because they can't produce as much as they need to because those trees are old, and start planting the hybrid. But how many 60-year-old man has the patience to pull the old trees off and start planting and then wait for the next 2-3 years to start making money again? So you see the cocoa farmers in Nigeria just stay with what they are making. They are pleased. They are good with whatever is coming in. And then the young folks are refusing to go into the industry because they have few knowledge about it based on what they're seeing in the market. So we searched for it and then we said, okay, fine, we're going to do this. And then we're looking for 100 acres. We got 400 acres of land and then we decided to close it. And I told myself something. I said, wait, if we can do 100 acres, it means that we can do 200 acres, right? We might not have to plant everything at the same time. We might have to give it time, but it means that we can do it. Yes. And then the idea dropped. How about you create a community of people that can also take advantage of it? And that was where Providence Farm City came into play. So we decided that, the same energy that we will need to take care of our farm, the same energy of security level that we need to put in our farm, the same energy of water system that we need to put in our farm, the same energy of human resources that we might need to put in our farm is the same thing that we use to take care of 400 acres. Now, can we handle 400 acres? We can't bite more than what we can chew. So we decided to start selling and commercializing a part of the farm and also privatizing a part of the farm. That's where Providence Farm City then came into existence. So we told people and said, we are going to sell this. We're going to sell it in acres. We're going to plant for you. We're going to make sure that we put every effort in place to make sure that your farm is producing. You own the farm. You own the land. You own the proceeds on it. If you then decide to say that you want us to help you harvest, because we realize that many of our clients are not in Nigeria, and it's difficult for many Nigerians in diaspora. I relate with a lot of them. I have been privileged to travel and meet a lot of them. The major challenge investing back in Nigeria is not having somebody to trust. So we said the only thing that people can, the risk that people can take is to trust us for the first time. And then we introduced the product into the market. As we go on, I'm going to play the video of when we started the project and the state at which the project is right now. So this is a great opportunity for whoever wants to take advantage of a generational wealth. Now, the truth is this. I tell people, I was on site on Friday and we're looking at the pot where suckers were buried already. And I told the persons with me, I said, listen, it looks like nothing is happening on this side right now. It looks like nothing, absolutely nothing. But we designed our farm in a way that if you take a drone shot of that farm in 2-3 years from now, you would see the beauty. So we had a proper layout of how our suckers are going into ground and how the cocos are going into the ground. It's not that we're just planting anyhow. We try as much as possible to engage professionals as much as possible to give us something, not just giving us a farm that would produce, but also give us beauty. So we had proper layout on our farm, and I said, it looks like there is nothing happening on this side right now because all the suckers are buried in the ground. You can only see 1, 2, 3 of them springing out green leaves. So it looks like nothing is happening. I said, but in 3 years, in 2 years from now, This whole place is another community entirely. That people come in and is a wealthy community. But some people took advantage of it. When we introduced it, a lot of persons doubted it. A lot of persons didn't believe in the project. I spoke with people that told me, oh, you don't have experience in the industry. And I said, yes, I don't have experience in farming, but my only experience is in trading the same product. But I do one thing in common for every of my projects, try to engage the service of professionals as much as possible. I said, so this is what I leverage on at the moment. I don't have to be the one doing the job. I don't even need to do the job. My job is to make sure that everything that we want to do on that site is in place. That is how this project was born. So I'm going to play a video of the project when we started this project, and I'm going to, you'd see it to our current date, and then I would leave the room for questions, because that's where I can answer what the questions that people have in mind. So I would share my screen right now. Please stay tuned. Please bear with me. Just hold on. Okay. All right, please confirm if you can see my screen. Confirm. If you can see the video on my screen.
Yes, Providence Farm City.
All right, thank you. So, all right, thank you. So when we introduced the project, this is exactly how the site looked like. It was all bushy, and I kept saying this to people. I said, we developers, we work like God. And when we say we work like God, in the sense that you see a city that looks like nothing, and then you can say that this is going to exist in this place, and people, a lot of persons would doubt you. But we call the things that we want into play. This was the site, all bushy, doesn't look like anything was going to happen there. But I was so excited about the picture that I was seeing. I was so excited about the dream. I was so excited about what was going to come to life. This is exactly, if I'm not mistaken, 4 months ago when we started this project. And then we said this. I was having an interview on the side, so you could see where we started from. Exactly. Now, this was when we started the clearing of the sites, and we kept saying it. We kept saying it, that this is actually going to come to life. I keep seeing the cocoa plantation, kept talking about it. We had our road opened. We had the site cleared. We went to site. One major thing that we first did before coming on site to start planting is to start our perimeter fencing, because security is major for us. So we started the perimeter fencing, which you would definitely see how far we've gone with the perimeter fencing. This was when we were laying the foundation of the perimeter fencing. We kept doing videos on site, kept trying to update our clients to see what is happening. The whole place still looks like a bush. And then we started the foundation of the fencing, clearing, major clearing started. during the fencing process, when the process was on. Today, as I speak with you, the front fencing is almost done. And when I say almost done, this morning, as at yesterday and this morning, they're working on the roofing of the security house. That was what they were working on. Then we moved into the major part of it, started clearing our land for planting. As I speak with you today, we have over 19 acres planted, and we're going to 70 acres before September runs out. I want to make sure that 70 acres, you can see into the soil. When I said it looks like nothing was happening there, the suckers were already buried. This were the suckers, the first set of suckers when they came to site, when we started planting. Me pointing to the suckers that are already in the soil. Yeah. Did allocation for set of persons. Now this is our water irrigation system that we're putting in place. This water irrigation system will be sorted out this week. Did our borehole digging last week. Now we are running water irrigation to every single person's farm. We are not doing farming where we have to depend on rain for the rain to come, or raining season, and then during the dry season you are hoping that something would happen. No, we're doing this big time. We're making sure that there is water system on site. We have to do industrial boreholes for our site, and also we're working on our storage system, where a storage system on 1 acre where we can store water to make sure that there is consistent water flowing on site every single minute to the plants or to the crops. So for those of you that have subscribed, this is where we are so far. This is what we've been able to do so far. We've not finished our water system. It's because of the kind of pumps that we want to use. We don't want a system where we have to depend on national grid for us to be able to project or produce water. We want a system that works on solar. It's actually going to be a completely green city because we're definitely also going to be having CCTV on site, which will also be off-grid. Our CCTVs will also work on solar. So those are one of the things that we put in place on site to make sure that we meet up with what we promise people. Now, on 1 acre, we have 500 trees of cocoa and 500 trees of plantain on 1 acre. And on 1 hectare, we have 1,300 trees of cocoa and 1,300 trees of plantain sucker. So if you have 1 acre, or if you subscribe into 1 acre with us, you have 500 trees of cocoa trees, and you have 500 plantain suckers on your farm. So let's do the mathematics. If we want to play by math, now imagine that you have 500 trees of cocoa, and you're producing, let's just say, at the farm at the early stage is not producing at optimal, so it's producing you half a ton. Half a ton of cocoa is that's 500 kg. A ton is 1,000 kg. So it's 500 kg. 500 kg times the current price of cocoa at the moment. So if cocoa is selling for, a ton is selling for $9,000 US, it means that half a ton is selling for $4,000 US. If you do your mathematics with that, especially for Nigerians and people we that spend in Nigeria here, our currency, exchange rate currently is around 1.5 million. So if you do 4,005 times that, and also that's for cocoa. Now you have 500 trees of plantain on your farm. So let's assume that your plantain trees are producing 1 bunch a year. Just one bunch a year. And then you have, let's go to the barest minimum. You have 400 of your trees producing 1 bunch a year. Which all our system is to making sure that none of them dies. If any tree dies on your farm, we'll pull it out and we plant another one. That's the idea. If any tree dies on those would definitely happen. If any tree dies, we'll pull it out and then plant another one. So you have 400 trees producing, and let's assume that you sell a bunch of your plantain for 3,000 naira. Just a bunch. 3,000. I'm just saying, we know how much plantain is selling in Nigeria at the moment. That's on the worst scenario, 3,000 times your 400. That's 1,000. That's 1.2 million already. Projected 1.2 million for your plantain and $4,000 for your cocoa. Your cocoa will start producing after 2 years because you're planting the hybrid. The regular cocoa trees, that's the mistake that people make. The regular cocoa trees start producing after 5 to 7 years. But because of the hybrid produces more and also produce at a faster time and a faster rate. So it produces at between 18 months to 2 years. It starts producing pods. But at optimal, I will tell you to say that, after 3 years, you start getting lots of, can you please help us mute yourself? You start getting lots of pods by 3 years. So in 4 or 5 years, I'm projecting that your 1 acre will produce nothing less than 1 ton. Minimum. In 5 years. Based on research, based on discussion with people that planted these trees, based on farms that run these projects already, that I've related with. And I'm working with that same facts and putting in the same energy that they put into their farm, into our farm, if not more, into our own farm. So personally, as an organization, in there, we are planting 100 acres. We have clients that subscribe for hectares. We have clients that subscribe for acres. But in there, we ourselves, we are planting 100 acres because my goal, which would definitely increase after this project is done, I actually want to plant on 200 acres and sell 200 acres. That was the plan. But initially we switch it to say, okay, so we leave 100 acres for a future resort kind of village. We'll plant on 100 acres and sell 200 acres because the demand is really high on us. But we are capping it at 200 acres. And when I am done with that, I will launch phase 2. I will launch phase 3. Because this industry, I'm here to stay. I'm here to stay. In 5 years, somebody would say that, Samson Uyi is a major player in the cocoa industry. That's my goal. That when you mention cocoa industry or cocoa producer in Nigeria, before you mention 3, you mention Samson Uyi. And I'm carrying people along.
Samson what?
Uyi. That's my name. UYI. So I'm a major player already. Yes, UYI. I'm a major player already for myself. Even in the trading space, I know that there's a lot of competition with me right now. Just in the trading space. But I know that when I start producing massively, I see trucks coming into the farm to move out plantain bunches and cocoa bags. I see pictures in my head before they happen. The way we saw the picture of this farm before it came into existence. Before a single sucker went into the ground, I saw it clearly and I knew that it was going to come to life. Nothing anybody was going to say. There was nothing. There was nothing that was going to stop me from doing it. There are a lot of challenges that we've encountered during the process of just this early setup. Lot of challenges that we didn't see, but it was something that I was already set to battle. That if this is going to happen, it will happen. And I give glory to God. We projected that we're going to start planting in July. We didn't start planting until late July, about 29th or 28th of July. That was when we started planting. Because we had lots of delay. The amount of suckers that we are demanding or we need, we had a competition with a major government parastatal. That's the Delta State government. Is it the Delta State government? Yes. They are also planting a 400 hectares of cocoa farm. And they are intercropping with plantain. So they were dragging from our source the same suckers that we need. So it was a major work on our end. one of the reasons I had to travel yesterday, because I had to make sure that my truck would load yesterday. When they told me yesterday morning that they told my drivers that they were loading another truck, I told them that they would see me in hours. I didn't spend 2 hours for me to get to Ibadan. And I stood with the director. My trucks would load off this place. My 40,000 suckers would leave this place today. We didn't finish until 4 a.m. That's why it looked like my face, I've not had sleep. And I went straight down to Lagos again, went home, refreshed, and back in the office to make sure that I give update on the site. So there are a lot of challenges that showed up, but the thing is that I told myself we'll battle this thing. And we are almost there. Almost here. When we started selling per acre at 5.1 million. 5.1 million covered the land documentation, the planting, and also the maintenance of the farm for 1 year. So it was a major all-inclusive. As I speak with you today, we're selling at 7.1 million per acre. Why? Some people doubted us. The actual plan, the actual launching plan was supposed to be 7.1. But we said, okay, we'll give people that believed that this is going to happen without seeing anything, the opportunity to say that in 2 months, in 3 months, I'd even made appreciation on my farm. And as I speak with you today, is 4 months. Today's 31st of August. So we should be around 4 months into this project. And some people, as I speak with you today, had already had increase of 2 million on the farm. Because they bought at 5.1. If they want to resell to anybody today, their farm, they decide to sell it. They're not selling at 5.1 anymore because we, the organization, are not even selling at that price. We're selling at 7.1 at the moment. We started selling 1 hectare at 13.8 million. Today we are selling at 17.8 million. So that's a huge profit on people that trusted the project and had went into it. And I told myself, I said, listen, we're going to do all the planting, including the ones that people had not bought. Of the 200 acres, we'll plant everything. And then we'll sell a ready-made farm. So people that want to buy then will buy a ready-made farm and will be buying an acre for as high as 10 million naira. Because now you want to see, you want evidence. The evidence is here. The evidence is here. And the truth is this, if we don't sell it, it doesn't spoil. It is our farm. And then we're still going to be the one to benefit from it. So I'm not scared if we sell or not. I'm not. So we're throwing the opportunity out, and I said I was just going to give updates of what is happening on site. And also I realized that some of our consultants have clients that are finding it difficult to meet some questions or the other, and then they just want to products. That's the best person. You want to understand, and that's the way I work. When I want to move into something, I want to understand what exactly is behind you. Not just the product I'm saying, but what exactly is behind the driver of that project. That if you get stuck, can you move? That if you face challenges, can you still get yourself back up? Because the truth is this, challenges are going to come in any business. Let's be honest with you. They're going to come. We foresee that some of the 500 plantain suckers will die. And we had already foreseen it. So we are planting extra into the farm. And then we already made provision to say that, oh, if a certain number dies, we'll pull it out and we'll plant in another one. Last week, we had a discussion with some insurance company on multi-peri-crop insurance. Most of them are saying that they can't come on board until we finish planting so that they can value the crops in the ground for them to be able to give us the amount that we're going to be paying. We're also putting that into place to make sure that, see, as much as we are doing everything in our hand, as much as we are banking on nature, we are putting the right crop into the soil, we are making sure that we put the right resources around the crop to help the crop grow. As much as we are trying to make sure that we clean the farm and make sure that this thing do well, at the same time, what if flood happen? What if fire happen? Are we also ensuring ourselves on that end? And we're putting everything in place to make sure that this is not another kind of project. This is Providence Farm City. That when you tell somebody that I invested in Providence Farm City, they can tell you, oh, you made the right choice. Because of the quality of brand that we are building. I know where this brand will be in 5 years. I've seen it. I know where this farm would be in 5 years. That when you talk about, oh, we need cocoa in any city, they will tell you, have you been to Providence Farm City? Those people have the capacity to supply what you need. Oh, we need plantain. We need this number of plantain. Have you gone to Providence Farm City? Those people have the capacity of what you need. And with this few point of mine, I would leave the floor open for questions so I don't keep you. I guess I've been speaking for over 50 minutes. I'm sure that the question and answer session will take all the time, so I want to leave it in early. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much for even showing up for this webinar. Thank you for the privilege. All right, so if you have questions, this is the time to ask your question. I'll leave the floor open. All right, so I can see Mr. Adedeji Richard. I can see your hand up. So if you have question, you can raise your hand so that we can take you in orders. So Mr. Adedeji, I almost said Adedeji Richard. Please, you have the floor. You can unmute yourself and ask your question, sir.
All right. Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
For the presentation. It's quite a detailed one.
Thank you, sir.
And quite explicit in terms of the plans in place and the projections as well. Actually, I want to reconfirm. Are you saying for an acre, the investment amount is 7.1 million?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
All inclusive.
Now,
yeah.
For an acre, you said?
All inclusive, including your setup and your planting. Sorry, please, I want to confirm. Somebody's saying that there's an echo. Is that confirmed?
Okay, can I proceed?
Yes, please do, sir.
All right. So, over that particular 7.1 million, what is likely to be the return on that particular investment, and over which duration are we talking about? Over the lifespan, what's the lifespan of the investment of 7.1, and what is likely going to be the projected amount that will be added as return for we, the investor?
Okay, sir. Thank you for that question. I tried touching that, but I would explain that better. Now, for your 7.1 million, that is 1 acre. 1 acre is 6 plots of land. Now, it covers the purchase of your 6 plots of land, covers for the documentation of the land, that's your survey, your deed of assignment, and also covers for developmental fee. Developmental fee is the clearing fee, the maintenance of the farm for the first year, and also it covers for your planting. So my team are trying to do the breakdown, the 5 million and then the extra 2.1 million on it. So with this, you have 500 trees of cocoa on your farm. 500 trees of cocoa and also 500 trees of plantain on your farm. Now, what this means is that at the first 2 years, your cocoa will start producing after 2 years. Will start producing pod. So for the first 2 years, you are buried in the ground. Your tree is coming out. And then after 2 years, your tree will start producing pods. That's your farm. So your 500 trees will start producing pods by the end of 2 years because you're planting a hybrid. Some do 18 months based on experience. But I said, should in case, let's just give people 2 years. So 2 years for that we are expecting to produce 500 kg. 500 kg is half a ton. That's 500 kg. It is half of a ton. A ton currently is selling at $9,000 US. You can convert that to the current exchange rate. Okay, you have a question. Okay, just please mute yourself. All right, thank you, sir. So a ton is selling at $9,000 US. So estimated that 4,500 would be half of a ton. That's for cocoa. And at the same time, you have 500 plantain suckers on your site currently planted, which to say that at the end of 1 year, which start producing after 12 months. So that is faster than cocoa. by the end of 12 months, you should have at least one bunch on your farm. So if you have one bunch on your farm, we say that one bunch, you're selling at the rate of 3,000 naira. We just say that you're selling at the rate of 3,000 naira. If you multiply 3,000 by, now, you're supposed to produce 500 trees, right? We then say, oh, let's say that 400 produced for that first year. So we cut off 100. 400 times that would give you 1.2 million already. Now, your plantain would continue to reproduce itself for the next 10 years. So plantain can survive on the same terrain for the next 10 years. Now, there's something interesting about plantain. If you plant one on a spot, one sucker on a spot, that sucker has the capacity to give birth to extra suckers. So you can have 5 pull out from that same spot by the following year. So you planted initially 500 on your farm. That, by the time you take off that and cut that off, you're already having others growing. Other suckers are already growing to produce. So your next year production can be times 5 of what that particular one gave you. Am I making sense, sir? So we are just projecting on one now, on the 500 that are going into the soil for the first year. So the projection is 1.2 million. So this has the capacity to reproduce itself for the next 10 years. Cocoa has the capacity to produce itself for the next 40 years without you having to go back to the farm to say you want to pull off your tree and replant again. So for the next 40 years, your cocoa tree keeps producing. I hope that is clear, sir. I hope I've been able to answer your question, sir.
All right, that is clear.
Okay, sir.
Also, I would like to ask further, since you mentioned that you are actually also involved in the trading
part of it,
side of the business.
Yes.
By trading, you mean you buy from vendors, suppliers,
yes.
LBAs, right?
Yes.
Okay, but the $9,000 that was used as the projected price.
Yes.
Is that in the international market? Is that what you're saying?
So the international market and the local market price they are similar to each other. It's just a little different. Now, exporting to the international market, you make more money. Let's be honest with yourself. Exporting to the international market, you make more money. I'm working on my export license at the moment. The person that actually helps in exporting for me gets his own share, and I still know how much I get. That I have to go through for me to export. But before the farm is ready, my export license is ready. So I'm creating a market for myself already. So the local market and the international market is similar to each other, but you make more money in the international market because it's actually a very wide demand product. We know ourselves how much demand cocoa is in the international market. So I hope I've been able to answer your question, sir.
Yes, you have. So you trade with Providence Farm City in the trading space as well, right?
I trade as an individual in the trading space. Providence Homes is a real estate company, but I, myself, Samson Uyi, is an entity on my own. So now that we have Providence Farm City, productions and tradings then go in the name of Providence Farm City, but I was trading personally on my own area.
Okay.
Providence Homes is run by myself. I'm the MD of the organization, and I also have my life outside this. All right, thank you, Mr. Richard.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome, sir. I have Mr. Kayode. Your hands are up twice. Your hand is up. Mr. Kayode, please unmute yourself and come live, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
I really thank God for the great vision that God has given you.
Thank you, sir. Thank God, sir.
Country, I think we have hope. I really thank God for it. I pray that God will continue to strengthen you.
Amen, sir. Amen, sir.
Now, my question is, I know from my little knowledge, I'm a biologist.
Okay, sir.
And I have a plantain, some few plantations at the back of my house.
Okay, sir.
Like you rightly said, when one produces, it gives back to another one.
Yes, sir.
So within the space of a year, you may have about 5 suckers growing.
Yes, sir.
Now it's to provide shade.
What did you say,
I
sir?
know that there's a distance between as you are planting it. I think the purpose of this, one of the secondary purpose of the planting for this project, apart from the profit, is to provide shade.
Exactly,
for
sir.
trees.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know that. I also know that as you're planting and you're giving a distance, a space between, so that you can put in the cocoa after some time.
Yes, sir.
Now, by the time the suckers begin to multiply, is there any professional plan to take care of overcrowding?
Yes.
Is there any, do we have any effect on the cocoa trees?
Okay, sir. Let me address that. Thank you for that question. Oh, you still have more questions, sir?
Okay. No, for now, I don't know.
Okay, sir. So on 1 acre, when we wanted to do this project, they gave me options. On 1 acre, I could do 2.5 by 2.5 meter. 2.5 meter in the sense that the distance between a tree to another would be 2.5, and then I have the option of 3.5. Now, if I'm doing 2.5, it will sit more trees and more plantain suckers. I can sit about 700 on 1 acre if I'm doing 2.5. But if I'm doing 3.5, it would sit 500. Some would even sit 450. Now, I will be on the short. But when I looked at the advantage, I told myself the simple truth. It is better to be safe than to say that, oh, you're trying to make more money and then you're not. So we chose a meter that is 3 by 3. 3 by 3 is wider than 2.5 by 2.5. So I'm giving my plantain suckers 3 by 3 meters. Should in case in the future, they start crowding themselves. Now, some of them will be prone out. There will be definitely consistent cleaning on the farm. We are not running a farm and then we just leave it there. We charge our client every year. We charge our client every year for maintenance fee. And the maintenance fee is to make sure that we take off the weeds, we fertilize the site, and then we make sure that there's no overcrowding on your site. So we chose the 3 by 3 option for any case of overcrowding. That space can still take it comfortably. And then if you see that it's going beyond what it can take comfortably, we cut it off. So there is continuous pruning on the site. Except you say that you want to manage your site yourself. The way we portioned it, we did allocation of each and everybody's. So you can come into the site, you are not managing your site, you know where your site is. There's a stand in front of your site that has your name on it. You know this is, you tell the security, oh, I'm going to so farm. They walk you to your farm. You know where your farm is. So it is not compulsory that we manage your farm. But we also put that in place to say that should in case that this person also want to manage their farm themselves and they can't come to site regularly and the overcrowding is happening, let's do 3 by 3. It will reduce the number of trees that can go on that acre, but it would keep that farm really, really safe. Plus, the nutrient in the soil can be shared equally. They are not struggling to get the nutrient. So that is how we were able to tackle that part, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. All right, we have City on EU. Yeah, I can see according to my screen. Yeah, so I'm not calling, I'm just calling according to my screen. I have City on EU here. I think that's like the only hand that is up. Yeah, City on EU, you can unmute yourself and come live, please, sir.
Okay. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. Good to hear a female voice finally.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Okay.
I want to have, apart from the title document is registered survey and deed of assignment.
Yes, ma'am.
Is the estate going to have CFO?
So we are going for a general CFO. The honest truth is, I'm
Okay,
still
that's
negotiating. Yes, I'm negotiating with the family. I want more. I want more land in that place. So we are sectioning it, and then we're doing the global CFO for the place entirely.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and the farm estate, is it going to be insured?
So
or has it been insured?
it has not been insured yet. Now the insurance fee would actually be a 20 to, we are negotiating that, it will be a 20 to 10% of the actual crop, which will be paid by clients. It is your farm. It will be in your name. But we are negotiating with 3 insurance companies at the moment. What we are getting from the 3 of them is they can't value what is not in the soil. We have to plant first. That's why we are rushing our planting season. But the insurance would introduce the insurance the moment we're done with planting. We introduce the insurance to people. So we are doing the multi-peri crop insurance. Multi-peri crop insurance covers for a lot than you having to insure a crop, a particular kind of insurance. So it's a type of agri insurance that covers for flood, covers for theft, covers for a lot of things.
Okay. All right. And so my next question is, you talk about the service charge. Is it not included in the all-inclusive, like the amount? You said if a client subscribes, then after paying all the whole money every year, you still be charging service charge from the client's money.
So let me explain that. Now, for your first year is all inclusive, but the farm has security running every day. The farm has farm workers working every day. The farm has workers working on your acre that will prune your side, clean your side, making sure that that is done. Now, if you live in an estate, you definitely pay for your service charges every year. We cap the service charge at the moment at 130,000, comparing what we have on ground right now and all the costs running that place. Fertilizing your sites is one major thing that we do. Weeding, cleaning will be done by people. And then, so all that would definitely be outside the cost annually.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the last question is, I can have a client when I introduce the cocoa and the plantation to him.
Yes, ma'am.
He said, why do we join cocoa and plantain together?
Okay.
So I need a clarification on that. Please explain, like the soil level, from the soil level, the soil, does it accommodate the two, and why is it joined together? Why is it intercropping?
Okay, I would explain that. Now, when it comes to cocoa, there's something that we call intercropping. When it comes to farming, not even cocoa, it's called intercropping. Now, when it comes to cocoa is a very fragile kind of crop at the early stage. It needs a shield. Now, we can't build, and it also needs sunlight, but not very harsh sunlight. So if you check our site, we did manual clearing at some point where we can leave trees. We try as much as possible to leave trees on the site to serve as a windshield for the kind of products that we are planting. But cocoa and plantain goes in line when it comes to protection. The plantain job is to protect the cocoa from sunlight. That's the plantain job, so the cocoa does not dry off. And it also takes the wind off. So the two of them don't drag nutrient from the soil. And then the kind of spacing that we give them, which is a 3x3, allows enough nutrient to be sucked by each product or by each crop.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can, if your client is asking, you can Google about it. Planting cocoa and plantain together on the same soil, and you'll be amazed at what you get to read about it.
Okay. So right now you are planting
plantain suckers. Yes, all the plantains are coming in. The cocoa will start coming in by next month. So we are planting the plantain and putting the water irrigation system in place. So when the cocoa is coming in, there's enough water already in the soil coming in. That soil is
Okay.
practically
Alright.
going to be a swamp. That's our plan. We want to make the place a swamp. As much water as we can. Because those two products need water.
Oh,
Yes, and we can't depend on rain alone.
of course.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, sir. Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you very
I'm
much,
okay for
ma'am.
now.
All right, ma'am. We have Mr. David Akeju. Just go ahead with your question, sir. Mr. David, you can go ahead with your question, sir. Yeah, please go ahead. Unmute yourself, sir. Unmute yourself, Mr. David. Okay, whilst we're waiting for Mr. David, Mr. Gera Valley joined us. You also have your hand raised. Please, you can go ahead whilst we wait for Mr. David. Just go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay, Mr. David is here. Okay,
nice
yeah.
to be here. Or do you want me to step down from Mr.
No,
David?
please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead, sir.
Oh, all right, thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome, sir.
Mr. David. I apologize for coming a bit late.
It's all right, sir.
We have discussed a lot about principles and introduction to cocoa farming and all that.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to know whether you have a soft copy for this proposal so that one can go through that. And again, where is this land located? Which belt of, which agricultural belt is this?
Okay, sir.
And what are the prices for either acre, hectare, or plot? Like I said, I came a bit late. I'm sure you must have discussed that. I just want to have an idea.
Okay, sir.
I'm a farmer myself. My farm is located in Kwara State.
Okay, sir.
And I know Kwara State is not really economical for cocoa.
Yes.
And I've been trying to look for a place or land within the certain area where cocoa can be grown and grow effectively.
Okay,
So
sir.
that's why I'm asking this question. I want to see my logistic. I want to see what I can do. If I know the price, I'll be able to think of, okay, this would make economic, this number of plot or acre or hectare will make economic sense.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So you asked for the price and the location. There's one more that you asked for, sir. If I can recap.
Yeah, the soft copy.
Okay, yeah,
of the
sure.
proposal.
All right. All right. So let me start with the location. It's currently the farm is at Alabata. Alabata is in Abeokuta. That's not distant away from the Federal University of Agriculture. It's actually on the road. That's where we have the Federal University of Agriculture. It's on the same road with that university. Then the price, currently we are selling 1 acre, which includes the land, the documentation, the developmental fee, that's clearing and planting. And yeah, for that, 1 acre is going for 7.1 million at the moment. And for 1 hectare, it is going for 17.8 million at the moment. I hope that is clear, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that includes the land, it includes the planting, it includes the water irrigation system on your farm, includes the security system, we also have CCTVs on our site to monitor what is happening on the site and how the farm is doing from distance. For the proposal, yes, we have a brochure that covers all the information that you need. And at the same time, we can share you the link of the video so that you can catch up with the parts that you have missed so far, sir. Is that a good one for you, sir?
Yeah. Sounds like a great plan, a great plan, right? What I would do is I might just drop my email
Okay, sir.
on the message icon so that we can do the needful, sir.
Okay, sir. That would be beautiful, sir.
All right, all right.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the question, sir. All right, Mr. David. We have Mr. David. 4 hands raised. So who wants to? Mr. David, your hand is still up. Or your question has been answered.
Hello.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
All right. Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you today, sir?
I'm excellent. Beautiful presentation there.
Thank you so much, sir.
Fantastic vision.
Thank you, sir.
Well planned. I can see end to end.
Thank you, sir.
And really. All right. So I want to ask if you are open to like for sales of these estates. Are you open to partnership for marketing, and what's your commission?
We are very much open to marketing opportunity. We have some of our consultants even on this call. I would drop a number. So we have Esther, are you here on this call? Or Gloria, are you here on this call?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right. So please, if you have Mr. David's number,
Yes, I'm here.
reach out to Mr. David. If you're also okay, thank you, Esther. Also, if you have Mr. David's number, please reach out to Mr. David. Then Mr. Gary dropped his email, so you want to take that so that we can do the necessary.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You're
All
welcome,
right,
sir.
sir.
Questions. I'm open to questions because that's the way we can actually touch every corner. I can do the presentation, but not touch your questions or the parts that you want me to talk about. But from the questions, we can touch that area and then still go ahead with it. So if you have questions, we're open. I want to try as much as possible to round this up by 8:30 so that we don't spend more than that on the call.
Okay. Sorry, sir. I have one.
All right, please go ahead, ma. Go ahead, ma.
Okay. After the land belongs to the client, right?
Yes.
After subscription, then, like, after, like, how many years can it take? Like, let's say, for instance, maybe the client have started receiving his yearly income for like 10 to 20 years.
Okay.
And he said, okay, I don't want to do agriculture again. Can the client do anything with the land, like building, or if he said, okay, I want to sell my land or I want to build?
So
I don't know if you understand. I
all
want
right.
to build my property.
All right, ma. So we have a future plan for a farm resort in that place. We're waiting for a particular road construction, which they started the drainage system already. I don't know how long that road system will take, because the road that actually leads into that place is the old Oyo Abeokuta road. It's a federal road. And then we have the drainage system being fixed right now. I said if they fix that drainage, the road today, we'll launch the the farm resort in that place. So we also have future plan for residential in the place. Now, the way we design everybody's farm, you are facing a road. Your land is facing a major road. There's a major road that goes in. Then there are roads in between the lands. So we already made provision. If you say that you are not doing farming anymore, you're not interested in farming, it is your land. You can convert it. So there's already a provision for that.
Okay.
All right.
All right, sir. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any question? Okay, Mr. Kayode.
Hello, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good evening, gentlemen and ladies.
Good evening,
My
sir.
question is on the insurance.
Okay, sir.
I want to ask whether what is the, I know that you have not insured the place, but you
Yes.
are working on it.
Yes, sir.
What the insurance policy?
So we are still negotiating it. Like I said, we're working on the multi-peril crop insurance. We have a lot of negotiations on the table. We had meeting twice last week, so we've not finalized that. There are clauses that we want, our legal team wants in the insurance policy. There are clauses that they are trying to take out stylishly in the insurance policy. If you're paying for something, then you should be able to provide the service. We are not saying that this would happen, but insurance should in case. So we are still negotiating on the policy of what we can. But if you understand insurance really well, please, or you don't have an idea of it, just go online and just check for multi-peril crop insurance. You see the basic things that it covers on your farm, or the kind of agricultural coverage that it will have on your farm. With that, you can have an idea of the policy that we are trying to subscribe to.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
That's the first question. The second one, still on that insurance.
Okay, sir.
Is the individual investor who have the right to do private insurance on that investment?
So all the insurance are private. All. We didn't charge for insurance with what we are doing at the moment. All the insurance are private. We would have to communicate that to clients that are interested in the insurance. But we are trying to beat the insurance cost to not be an heavy one.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Questions. This is few minutes to 8:30. I still want to welcome questions. All right, so I think I want to believe that I've been able to answer every question today. Again, this session will still always have our update sessions for people that bought from us. We'll always report to you what is happening on the site, what we are doing on the site, how far we've gone on the site. By the time we finish our security house, which the roofing is being done today, we say that, oh, maybe it might not be necessary, but that's how we hold ourselves accountable. Oh, we're doing the irrigation system, you can see the process. Oh, we're doing this, you can see the process. So that you just don't feel that, oh, these people just sat down there and they're not doing anything on their side. We promise you that we will deliver, and we must deliver to you. It's a promise. We must deliver. It's not even possible not to deliver because my own farm is involved. My farm, I've not started planting my farm at all. We've not touched my farm at all. My space is just mapped out. We've not touched Providence Farm City, private farm at all. All the planting that we're still doing are still for individual clients. Did allocations. For those of you that have made payment, most likely you might have seen the layout of the site and how we did our site. Hectares on one side, acres on one side. We're finishing the first batch. Once the first batch is done, we'll release another session where people can see. So for people that their names are in the first batch, have subscribed, they can see. The first batch is about 50 acres or 50 something acres. If Chloe, please, how many acres do we have on the first batch? Chloe, are you here?
50 acres.
50, okay, so the first batch is 50. We'll finish that and then we move to the second batch. So if your name is not on the first batch, don't panic. The second batch is already prepared and coming on. Are the people that we are working for. These are the clients that we are working for at the moment. If a client outside this comment, and it's based on how people subscribe, there's no special preference. It's based on how people are subscribed. So as they are coming in, you're slotting you straight away. You're done with payment, you're not done with payment, we're slotting you straight away, and we keep planting. So what we advise people is, even if it's the initial deposit that you want to do, also make sure that you pay for your planting so that your planting starts. You don't wait until after maybe your payment session before your planting will now start. So we want to make sure that we sort out planting once and for all. It costs us a lot to bring our professionals on site to do that planting. Every time we bring persons, we bring nothing less than the last time was 14. Nothing less than that. And we bear their cost, transportation, feeding, accommodation, and all. So we want to make sure that they just finish all that, whatever they need to do, and work intensely on the sites. So anything that is going to cause delay, we take it off. We'll finish the first batch, we'll move straightly to the second batch. City on the Hill, you have your hand raised, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
ma'am.
One more question.
All right, ma'am.
Okay. Allocation is after full payment. Allocation is when?
Yeah.
When will the client be allocated?
So allocation is full payment, but this is one thing that we did or we are doing. When we are done planting for our client, we'd invite everybody to site to see their site. So we've done temporary allocation already. Like I said, we're planting. Even for people that have not finished paying, we've done temporary allocation and we started. We just advise people to pay for their planting. Start paying for the land and pay for your planting. We'll start planting for you. The planting fee, and then we'll start planting on site. Making sure that because we can't say, oh, we plant for client A and then we wait for client B to finish payment before we plant. We just want to make sure that we sort that out and everybody start reaping as soon as possible.
So, like I want to know, like, is it 3 months for physical health allocation, whereby all the old clients are subscribed into, like, they'll say badge 1, badge 2, is there anything like that?
If your clients had paid for initial deposit and had paid for planting, when we finish this first batch, they will be part of people that come to site to see their site. The allocation will be done, but we will not hand over the document until their payment is completed. Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Another question. Okay, we have Mr. Richie Oviri. You have a question, sir?
Okay, yes, I do have a question. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening, sir.
Mr. Sansuri, thank you for the fantastic presentation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir.
I've been trying to gauge the content of what you have presented so far. I must say, like someone said earlier, a huge projects that you have on your hands, and so far the energy, the appetite with which you've tackled it, it speaks volume.
Thank you.
So my concern is this.
Okay, sir.
One, the questions might not necessarily be on the table right now.
Okay, sir.
I just wanted to find out if there is a corresponding email, phone number, maybe a WhatsApp channel that if we have some of these concerns that we can follow up with you to ask some of these questions. I know you said the location of the farm is at somewhere at the Federal University of Agriculture, Abeokuta.
Yes, sir.
I just wanted to find out as well, is it available for inspection? Is this something, because you know, let's use the local statement, seeing
is believing, yes.
It might not necessarily be me. You are projecting this to me. I got to know this through a close friend, a very close person this afternoon.
Okay,
and
sir.
When the invitation for this meeting came up, she quickly forwarded to me, talking about Mrs. Olukumi Fashion.
Yes.
I think she's here as well.
Yes.
And then so if it's available for inspection, you know, you tell one person, and I say, oh, see, you know what? I've been to the farm myself.
Yeah.
I'm a testimony that for real. We all know what Nigeria on the other side looks like. We are talking several millions involved here. It might not be big money as such for some.
There's no small money, sir.
But believe me, it is no small money for some person.
Exactly.
In present day Nigeria, and then you want to put your money where your mouth, or is it your heart is.
Yes.
You understand? So I just wanted to ask that question about a follow-up contact and what have you. Then I wanted to find out, I don't know if you mentioned this, because somewhere between the call, I got a call that took me out, so you might have touched it while I was away.
Okay,
I wanted
sir.
to find out, is this available on installment? if it's available on installment, that's in terms of payment.
Yes, sir.
What are the terms and conditions? What are the different categories of product that is tied to this? And then you are talking to me here. If I bring somebody in to say, okay, look, okay, I'm interested in this. What is the need for me? I'm a salesman. I mean, this is something that can be done. I can invest my money in it. And then if I'm bringing somebody that is coming in to talk this as well, what is the need for me? What is the need for us? So
Okay,
some
sir.
of these are questions that, like I said, might not be immediately available, but if we need to ask some of these questions, if we have the channels that are available for some of these questions, we can actually channel them in. So this is my concerns for now.
Okay,
and
sir.
I hope you'll be able to address them. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir. Please let me quickly address that, sir. For inspection, we have inspection every week. Every week. In fact, we always advise our clients, before you make payments, go and see what you want to buy. Come and see for yourself. And I don't think we've had any client that's been to that site and say no. It's one of the grace we enjoy. And then the things that we are putting in place in that place, they can see for themselves to say, oh, what this person talked about is here. One of the reasons we had to play videos of what is happening on site. So if you go to the site and then you see something that is different from the video that we play, then something is missing. You know that, oh, there's something missing, something is not gelling right here. So every week, all you need to do is book inspection with us and we are up to go. Now, when it comes to the person that introduced you to us, she's one of our trusted partner that I can tell you that if she gives you this information, then that is the information. She's one of our trusted partners. So if you need any information, phone number of the organization, emails that you need to talk to, she's readily available. We certify her to give information on our behalf. So I'm sure that she's on the call. She will definitely be on the call. So she has all the information that you will need. How to be a partner. I'm sure that she will be interested to give you that information so that you can also be a partner with us. She's, like I said, she's our certified, trusted partner that I can tell you, go, and then whatever she says to you is it from us. Also, we have the instrumental payment. We have a 6-month instrumental payment where you can make initial deposit and break your payment within 6 months without you having to pay interest on the amount. So for 6 months, you can pay and then not pay interest on whatever you're paying. We understand the economy and then how sources of income are coming. Some people are salary earners, and then we want to give leverage to everybody. So we have a 6-month plan without you having to pay interest on it. So I want to believe I've been able to answer your question, sir, Mr. Richie.
Yes, you are. Thank you very much.
All right, sir. All right. Thank you so much, sir. I think I still have some hands up. Any other question? We're shooting beyond our time. Any other question? Any other question? I'm not making
Yes, sir. You mean,
okay.
Sorry, you mean for 6 months is interest free?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
I'm trying to go low
Thank
so that I don't increase my voice to say, so people will not hear.
Like 8 months or so the other month there is an interest, right?
We actually didn't give that option of extra month.
Just for 6 months.
Yes, 6 months. We want to make sure that we do what we need to do within a short period of time.
Of time, all right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Great.
All right, ma. With this few point of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you and not confuse you. We have a question from Rema. I don't think so. All right, so I want to say a very big thank you to everyone who stayed here. This is almost 2 hours of your time in 24 hours. You've given us almost 2 hours of it. That's amazing. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And for those that are on our live program on Facebook and other platforms, I want to say thank you for sparing your time. You would share the link of this video again. You can go over it if you have anything that you're not catching up with, or maybe you came late for the class, so that you can go over it. And you can also share with your friends, share with your families that you think will be interested in this opportunity. Thank you once again. I really appreciate your efforts, your time. For those of you that have subscribed, I want to say thank you for trusting this brand when it looked like it is not happening. I'm sure that you're reaping your reward right now and you're smiling at the moment. Those were the people that bought at 5.1. Today it is 7.1 within the space of 4 months. And it is actually going to go like that. The moment planting, the cocoa seedlings are in the ground, now we have evidence to say we said it will happen. And now it's happening. For people that are doubting us, thank you so much. Mrs. Olabosede, did you raise your hand, ma, for question? Is that a question from you, ma?
Good evening. Sorry, I joined so late.
Okay, ma.
Yes. I have a client that I've been talking to about this cocoa and plantain this in Abeokuta, Labata.
Okay, ma.
So the question is, the client asked me is there insurance for them? Yeah, is the company going to insure the farm for them?
Okay, so we talked about, yes, we talked about that, ma.
Fire outbreak, something like that.
Yes, we talked about that, ma. This week, okay, this is a new week. Today's Sunday is a new week. So I'll say last week we had 2 different meeting sessions, my legal team and with some insurance company. We're trying to see how insurance can come on board. So we have 2 different insurance companies, that we have 3 different insurance companies that we are talking to right now. We are trying to also infuse our own policy, see how we can match our own policy with their own policy at the same time and get something better. So insurance is coming on, definitely is coming on.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, thank you, sir.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so like I said, here I will call it a good night rest. Have a wonderful night and enjoy your remaining period of the night. Have a wonderful time. I'll leave you here in the hands of my team. I have a very, 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 very effective and amazing team. And I want to say thank you to you guys for making this possible. Thank you for bringing people together. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Yes, ma'am. Have a wonderful time.